So, what happened? I really don't want to go into too much depth or detail today, so I want to keep it sweet, sharp and sweet and short, whatever you want to call it. Basically, alright, we had 4-hour swing high. We will name this 4-hour key level, because key levels are swing highs, swing lows, right? Now, when we saw this 2 a.m. candle close, sorry, the 6 a.m. candle close at 10 a.m., in this case, we have a higher time frame CRT, which is in play for sells, right? It's a bullish for buys. It's a bullish setup with wick below. We've closed back within the range, and it seems like we're continuing this bullish. And given the bullish analysis already, bullish price action, I wasn't too worried about this daily IFVG reversing price. I was happy to see it reject a little bit, but I didn't see it necessarily making price reverse all the way to the downside to then take this low and then this low and then that low. I was not expecting that. What I was expecting was, yeah, we could come into that key level, bounce around a little bit, take a low, whatever, take a high, take another low, but then eventually run through it, right? So you chop and then run through. So as I'm looking for, let's actually mark that 4-hour CRT. So that's 4-hour key level marks the CRT high. And then I'll put this as sell side liquidity or CRT low. Let's just do that. Make that white. Rightio. We have this range. We closed within at 10 a.m. Right. That was our 4-hour candle closure. So at this point, right, we should not be looking for anything other than, we should not be looking for sells until this higher time frame CRT is completed. Okay. Why? Well, basic rule, we don't look for sells until a high time frame CRT high is taken, and we don't look for buys until a higher time frame CRT low is taken. And if that CRT is already in play, like we had here, and the 10 a.m. range closed in, but in here, right? Regardless of if we took this 9 a.m. high, if we took this 9 a.m. high but didn't come up above this 4-hour swing high, this 4-hour CRT, but instead created an order block and rejected, I would not be taking that sell. What do we want to see? We want to see the higher time frame CRT be completed, tap into a key level. It can be very simple today. I don't want to go over too much bias or too much analysis, but I just want to share my execution. All right, so just forget about all the pre-analysis or market biases and things of that nature. Let's get into the execution. What do we have? We have classic 9 a.m. CRT model. All right. We have 9 a.m. range, low time frame CRT low, high, sorry. CRT low, CRT high, 9 a.m. high, 9 a.m. low. We have this 15-minute candle closure above. we mark that as our lower time frame 15-minute CRT. All right. You can see, marked by this candle close, you can see how we take that CRT high. In this case, we also take this little high, swing high here. Let's call that buy side. We form an order block, a very, very clean order block. Why is a clean order block? It's taking liquidity. It's the candle that took liquidity. Thick up close candle, literally no wick here, apart from maybe the top. We end up immediately rejecting, closing down below. Okay, right here. Actually, mind you, we also had SMT with ES. Extra confluence, right? So and almost forgot, let's go to the 4-hour key levels here. So that's our key level. Now, just to have a little more precision, we have this inverse fair value gap that is sitting above these highs. See these highs? This is the FEG just up and just above. So we want to see you respect this. What does it do? Immediately rejects, okay? We have that order block formation. We have the closure below. We have to tap back in. Entry, stop loss at the swing high. Targeting the midpoint of the range is TP1, and finally the appraising end, okay? Now mind you, as we're watching this, ideally in price action, you never want to see price close above the midpoint of an order block. Now see here, price closed below, tap back in, rejected that midpoint, dumped, came back, didn't even touch the midpoint, dumped back. Now we did end up taking TP1 almost immediately, but we got edged right here. Price decided to retrace, right? Most likely rejecting off this 1-hour order block. Sorry, 15-minute order block we have here. Then we also had a 1-hour order block. It's a bit messy, but let's just get rid of some of these drawings. Let's hide executions for now. We have this a 1-hour order block. Why am I not worried about this 1-hour order block? Well, sure, it can serve as our reversal point for the upside, right? The continuation to the upside. But we also have a higher time frame 4-hour level that we've tapped. Respecting the 15-minute CRT, taking buy side liquidity. What do we expect? Well, we expect to take some sort of buy side liquidity on the 15-minute. Okay, so we have this swing low. Again, that's the CRT low. We never ended up taking this swing low, right? Did we form SMT there? In fact, we did. So ES took that low. So we have all the confluences to be going short, targeting what? The 15-minute low to then continue higher, right? Because we've stepped into that 4-hour key level with respecting that 15-minute 15-minute IFEG. We're in a premium market, right? Everything lines. Again, this trade goes on for much longer than we'd like, 4 hours and 11 minutes. Now, what did we mention? Ideally, we never want to see price close above the order block, right? Now, I want to mention something. This candle, 0.5 pips. I do not count that as a close. For it to be a close, it needs to be at least above 1 pip for me. I do not count that as a closure above the midpoint, right? To me, that's rejecting the midpoint. So we have this order block. We respect it. We dump. We retrace. We dump again. TP1 is already hit, and we go on for 4 hours and 5 minutes. Take that low precisely, and then reverse from there. All right, stopping us out eventually. But we took TPs, so we wouldn't have got stopped out. Now, I want to go over something that I was quite shocked by. This is pretty ridiculous. You can see not sure why it's not showing. Oh, because we're minis, that's why. This was sorry. This was an accident, by the way. These were the limits I accidentally set on minis instead of micros, but let's have a look at micros. Right. So you can see the executions here. I'm just going to show you of the micros chart. Grab this order block. You can see we close below and we tap back in. I adjusted that for slippage, so we got entered 2 contracts, okay? Now, at this point here, I was having a few issues with setting my limit orders, and then eventually I was able to set it. But then I realized, oh crap, I just set my limits on minis. So I had to cancel. Right, what happened after I canceled it? Price ended up not tapping my limit again, my partials. Ended up reversing a little bit. So I missed that partials. Shitty trade management right here. And then, on the way up, I randomly get executed. I'm not touching my keyboard. I'm not touching my mouse. I don't have any hotkeys. I don't have any limits set. I get filled for 1 contract shorts. At this point, I had to cancel that immediately because I thought it was the person that I was on call with. I thought it was their screen saying order filled. No, in fact, it was mine. So I canceled that. Strangely enough, right, so down here, I was about $170 in profit with 2 contracts. As we run up, now at this point, we should be about $140 in profit, right? No, we were $40 in profit, so it made no sense. It showed that our entry was right here. Sorry, it showed that our entry was just above this candle. which made absolutely no sense because the contract was executed on this candle. So how could the entry be up there? Made no sense. So I canceled that contract. And then I ended up just manually closing the trade right here. Why? Because at this point, one, the trade is completely fucked up. Two, the P&L is going to be ridiculously not according to what was planned. And three, I was already panicking because I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was not panicked by this retracement. I was panicked by the fact that I had no idea what the hell the charts were doing and why Top Step was randomly executing contracts. Not even on my behalf, just on my account. Trying to screw me over or something after a losing streak. And obviously we ran to TP. And I missed out on my 5 risk to reward. But anyway, that's just a little recap of what went down. And not much educational content here. I just wanted to provide an update on what I was doing. I didn't look over this trade before I started recording, so it's probably a little bit all over the place. But yeah, I just wanted to go over the little execution, what Top Step did to screw me over, and yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching. Good luck for NFP today, and happy trading.